Hello and welcome to the Paul and Chester Show. I'm Paul Barkley.
And I am Chester Hernington.
So, Chester, what's going on, my good friend?
What's going on?
Has anyone ever told you look like Nate Allen, the Cobras
Nate Allen player? Yeah, I've got that a lot.
Yeah.
Has anyone told you look like the Jaguars player, Max Holroyd?
Yeah, I get that all the time. I mean, Max Holroyd's kind of a cool dude in the league. But getting onto that topic of Max Holroyd, we want to talk about, earlier this year, the big blockbuster trade of the year with Max Holroyd and Squibb for, they just switched teams as Max Holroyd was on the Mustangs and went to the Jaguars. And Robert Scolanti, after his first rookie year in the Jaguars, they wanted to trade him to the Mustangs. And right now, who do you think won that trade so far, Mustangs or the Jaguars?
Well, personally, I think that the Mustangs have won that trade. They got the MVP in Robert Scolanti, who's really been...
He's not the MVP yet. He's not the MVP
Well,
yet.
he's in the league for MVP, and he's really been carrying the Mustangs right now. And that guy, Max Holroyd, he's kind of an overrated scrub, kind of overrated. He's kind of getting carried like this year. He's really having a down year. Like, just not his year this year.
To be honest, I think it's really close. But I do think Robert Scolanti this year has been playing off the charts. Like last year, I would say he had a pretty decent rookie year. Like he was in top 3 for rookie of the year, but he couldn't get it over the talents of the Reese brothers. But this year, he's just been proving everybody wrong. Like 8 touchdowns in the first 3 weeks, that's insane. Like that's really good. He's leading in touchdowns. He's in the top 3 for conversions. He's like in almost top 3 for every single stat right now. He's just going off. Max Holroyd, he's been a key addition to the Jaguars to help them this stacked team around. And but I think Squibb right now has been off the charts. I think he's the Mustangs surprisingly won that trade.
Yeah, I think that not only is Rob Scolanti the MVP right now, I think he's also the most improved player because last year Robert Scolanti didn't look that great. As you said, there was rookies that looked better than him. He didn't win Rookie of the Year, and now suddenly this year he's randomly going off. And one thing about him is his commitment, man. That dude's there every single.
He has so much dedication.
He's there every single week. Like he just eats, sleeps, and breathes just SFL.
Oh, he does. And it's a shame though. He needs more of his team to be dedicated, and
they just need to stay off the weed.
Stay off the weed, Mustangs. Stay off the weed. So, concluding that segment, on to our next segment. This year, we're looking at the Cobras. They are on fire. Best start in franchise history. They are 3-0. And Jaguars are starting to win more games. Mustangs are kind of like a sleeper team if they just stay off the weed, you know. But who do you think right now has the best chance of winning the championship?
I think the Honey Badgers. I think Colin Sanford's the best player in the league. And I think Colin Sanford's going to really turn it around. Okay, no. The Honey Badgers are pathetic. The Honey Badgers are a joke to the SFL. What my prediction is the Cobras they're just so good right now. They got Ben Reese, who, although he fractured his wrist, he's still playing quarterback.
He's getting better. Like, his arm's going to be good soon.
Yeah. He'll be back to the playoffs. He'll be back.
But I think you are outrageously wrong, Chester. I think, yes, the Cobras, they got the Reese brothers. They got some talent, but they spread the ball around. But if you look at the Jaguars' talent and the way they're playing right now, the question was their chemistry. Yeah, they had some chemistry issues the first 2 weeks. But the way they played in week 3, I don't think anybody's going to touch them this year. This team is talented. The Cobras, yes, they're 3-0, but they beat the Honey Badgers by 3 points.
They still won.
They won by 3 points.
But they're your defending champions. They have the same roster as they did last year, and they beat the Jaguars easily last year. Easily.
It was not easily because they were losing.
And they won. Who won?
The Cobras won.
You know what matters? You know what matters in the SFL? W's. W's are all that matters.
But the Jaguars this year, you're giving me Corey Conlon, who was the MVP last year. He's still the best player in the league.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Robert Squillanti is the best player in the league.
Corey Conlon is the most talented player in the league. And now we got
I would take Nate Allen over him.
Okay. I would stay off the weed, pal. But we got Corey Conlon. You're giving me Max Horan. You're giving me William Hawkins. Their first round pick they drafted, the first pick of the draft, hasn't played a game yet.
Yeah, he hasn't played. He doesn't show up because he's not dedicated. The Cobras show up every single week. They have all guys there dedicated and looking to win.
Wait till that first pick of the draft shows up for the Jaguars.
Which he won't.
Which he will. And look out. These Jaguars are on fire this year. They haven't won since 2016. They're bringing it back in 2019.
Honestly, if you want me to be honest with you, the Cobras, assuming that they remain the #1 seed going into the playoffs, I think the Mustangs could upset the Jaguars.
You think the Mustangs?
I think the Mustangs could upset the Jaguars. Because you have a 3 seed going up against a 2 seed, and if it's playoffs, you're going to have Chris O'Lean coming. Chris O'Lean's going to be there, John Galato will be there, Gillen will be there, the MVP will be there. You're going to have that team going up against the Jaguars, who for the past few years, despite having Corey Conlon, who has been the best, who has been the MVP and has been the best player in the SFL, still hasn't. They haven't had real success other than the first year of the league's existence.
All right, so that actually leads us into our next topic, which is, do you think the Mustangs are a sleeper team for the championship this year?
Honestly, I think they are. I don't think they're going to be a great regular season team, as we said previously, about them not showing up. But once the playoffs roll around, I think they're going to show up. Like, I think since it's playoffs, the games will be more, they're going to find a way to show up. Like Chris O'Lean, their player who hasn't shown up, has been talking all this about SFL. He's been talking like a bunch of trash to the Jaguars, all this. So like come playoff time, I think he's going to be there. I think Chris O'Lean's just going to be a big playoff player.
To be honest, actually, with the Mustangs, they've never been a good regular season team. But remember in 2017, where they were 2-4 last seed, and they just wiped everybody out, mopped the floor at everybody in the playoffs and won the championship. Over the past 3 years, after the past 3 years, their existence in the SFL, in the regular season, they are 6-12. Actually, including this year, they are 7-14 in the regular season. But playoff times, they're always a surprise team in the playoffs. They always, like last year, they almost beat the Cobras, and I don't know, Mustangs, they could do some damage in the playoffs if they get their players there. They just have to
stay off the weed.
You heard it here, folks. All right, so next Sunday we got the Week 4 games. We have the Jaguars taking on the Mustangs, Week 4 again. So who do you think has this game, Chester?
So like I said before, I think that the Mustangs are the better team come playoff time and will win come playoff time. But I think that since it's a regular season game, I think a lot of the players aren't going to show up. I think Squib's going to have like 7 touchdowns or something stupid like that. But it's not going to matter because the Jaguars are going to win. Probably score going to be it's going to be a very high scoring game, I can tell you that.
Yes.
Very high scoring. But I think the Jaguars are going to win. They have talent, like you said earlier. But
yes. I think Jaguars will win by at least.
I think it'll be close though. I think it'll be fairly close.
I think the Jaguars win by 20.
I don't know if that much, maybe that much. I just think it's going to be a very high scoring game because I think that the Mustangs can't stop the Jaguars, but I think Squib's just going to go off.
Yes. And then the next game, we got the Badgers taking on the Cobras. Chester, what do you got?
Oh,
big game. It's a must-win for the Badgers. They're 0-3.
Oh, man. I mean, the Cobras are hot, man. Just me thinking about the Cobras right now. It's so hot, bro. I need to take off this. I'm just so hot. Just thinking about how hot the Cobras are. All right. So I think that, like I said, Cobras are winning easily. I think the Honey Badgers are just trash this year. They have a lot of like drama going on. Like they have Colin, who just took over the team mid-season because their quarterback and captain, Nick Anderson, decided to just randomly retire. I don't know why. He just decided to retire. And the Cobras, like we said, are the hottest team in the league. They came off a close game against the Honey Badgers. Now they know. Now they're going to beat them easily, I think. And it's going to be a blowout.
I think coming off the bye week, I do think the Cobras do have an advantage. I think they're going to win because they are the better team. They got more talent around them, and Honey Badgers they are getting better. Let's not get you wrong about that. They are getting better. How about that Noah Anderson rookie? How about him?
Well, I mean,
He's good. He's good.
I feel like the thing with Noah Anderson was they didn't look like they really played defense on him. They didn't really know anything about him because he never really played. Like the team just didn't have any film on Noah Anderson. Like no one knows Noah Anderson. Like no one knew who he was. He just came out of nowhere randomly. So like now they know kind of what his game is, and they're probably gonna I could say maybe they put Nate Allen on him, maybe they put someone else on him. I don't know, but I think they're gonna stop him pretty easily.
Okay, so that concludes our show. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you after week 6, and we'll talk about the playoffs.